Hey folks, I was just getting ready to have some lunch and then I realized I had no mayonnaise. And so I'm going to show you a quick fix if you ever run into this. Mayonnaise is the easiest thing to make. This is a French style mayonnaise, very few ingredients. So if I'm going to have my wife come in and zoom in on here and I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do this. So what I got in the bowl here is I just got one egg yolk. It's a nice yellow egg yolk. And so this is egg yolk, and so when you're making mayonnaise at home, you want to make sure you got a nice organic egg, and you want it to be cold. You don't want to get your eggs warm. And this cup here, so there's one egg yolk, half a cup of oil. I got extra virgin Greek olive oil here. Any kind of neutral flavored oil, some people like, but I like the extra virgin. It's got a little bit of a bite to it, but it gives the mayonnaise a good flavor because it is a French style mayonnaise. This is not going to be your Best Foods white stuff. This is a very rich mayonnaise. And with that also, we all know what this is already. Apple cider vinegar, organic with the mother in there. It just takes a splash of that. A little salt, kosher salt works best, but you can use Himalayan pink if you want, that's fine. But I like the kosher salt because it's easier to control how much you put in there. And I will slow down my talking a little bit. And also a little bit of a Dijon mustard. I just got a nice cheap Dijon mustard. So what you're gonna do, we're gonna start with the salt. You just wanna add a little bit, I mean not a lot, like a quarter of a teaspoon. Throw that in there. Take the whisk, and you just wanna beat that up really good in the egg yolk until it gets dissolved in there. And your egg yolk's gonna get a little bit frothy, and that's what we want. So you just keep beating this. You can do this in a food processor if you want, but I find doing things manually, it just gives you more of a satisfaction feeling of it. So you can see there, the egg yolk, it's got a little bit frothy. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add the little Dijon. I just add a half a teaspoon. The more you add, it's gonna taste like mustard. So just like that, just a half a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. And we're just gonna beat that all in there as well. Now here, after it's all beat up like that, the mustard's all blended, we're gonna start adding the oil in just a little bit at a time. So like you got a half a cup, just add a quarter of that at a time. And you just start beating it. And you start mixing it. Because you can see it's starting to get thick now. Going to add the rest of the oil. See how nice and thick and creamy that is now? That's fantastic. And the last bit I'm going to do is, of course, the apple cider vinegar. Just add a touch, half a teaspoon, not much more than that because it's just a small batch. Gotta give it a little bit of a tang. And like I said, you can add a little black pepper in here if you wanted, or garlic, or any kind of seasoning you want, but this is just your basic base for a good mayonnaise. You know exactly what is in there, and like you can see, it's not that white Best Foods mayonnaise you're used to, because this egg is a nice, fresh, organic egg with a dark yellow yolk. There's no white, it's just the yolk itself. So if you feel guilty about, separating that and not using the white, what you can do is just keep the whites in the container in the fridge, and when you have breakfast, like an omelet or scrambled egg, just add them whites to it and have a little bit of extra egg white. But there it is, folks. That's just a simple, really quick, this is a French style mayonnaise. I did learn this in a culinary school where that was my specialty, was French food. So, and you never need to buy mayonnaise again, because once you make this, it is just, that's just fantastic. Because this, like you said, it's just olive oil here, so it's got a little bit of a strong taste to it. But I like that in the mayonnaise. But if you don't want that taste, you just buy a nice neutral oil with, that ain't got a flavored grapeseed oil works. Any kind of good oil, a neutral flavor oil, but I use olive oil. You can use avocado oil. There's no flavor in that. That's a nice neutral flavor. I apologize for the dog noise. She thinks she should be fed every 3 hours. But there you go, folks. A nice, quick, and easy homemade French style mayonnaise. This is very keto friendly. There is no carbohydrates in this whatsoever. It is just good, wholesome organic eggs, good organic olive oil, and of course, the mother of all little vinegars, apple cider vinegar, salt, and a little bit of Dijon mustard. So hope you enjoy it. Until next time, God bless and good eats.